Hello, it is that time again. Time for the often imitated, never duplicated Rick's Top 6. Some may even try their own jingle, but it does not sound as good as this.
Rick's Top 6. Party time. Excellent.
Universal Orlando is all about the movies, so I thought today I would show you a fun little video of the top 6 movies you should watch before you visit Universal, or if you're just missing it. And look who I have in the studio today. Joining us for the first time, Nikki. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
What do you think of the studio?
I like it. Nice improvements. It's good based on everything that's going on.
It's a little weird, isn't it?
It is. It's a little awkward.
Yeah, I'm sure we'd both rather be in the park, but we got to do what we got to do under these circumstances. And the studio, we're still waiting on lighting.
Yes, we are.
And audio.
Yes.
Amazon is not delivering that so quick these days.
No.
But we'll make do. So what do you think about the top 6 movies to watch?
Well, I think we disagree a little.
We will. I mean, you were watching some of these yesterday.
I was. I definitely was.
So we are going to show you the top 6 movies to watch, but we have a lot of honorable mentions. Mm-hmm. We have more of those than actual top 6. But for one reason or another, some of these that are honorable mentions did not make the cut.
Right.
For example, if the ride at Universal is retired,
Yep.
but there's a great movie associated with it, you know, we can't put that in the top 6. And a good example of that is Jaws.
That's right.
Attraction gone, but the movie's still great. Opened in 1975, directed by Steven Spielberg,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not the only time we're going to hear his name on this list today.
That's very true.
So, like I said, that is a movie you really should watch before visiting Universal.
Mm-hmm.
The attraction's gone, but there are a lot of homages to Jaws.
Yeah.
I actually did a video on that. I'll leave a link to it. All the little tributes that they pay to Jaws throughout Universal. The main things that are still left are that photo op
Exactly.
with Bruce the Shark. We call him Bruce. And then you have the Ocean Attack drink at Chez Alcatraz that you can still order.
That's right.
Shark! Swim to the beach, swim fast, and don't look back, getting close, oh no, Sharknado! Chop, 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 chop. Think you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Another movie you should watch before visiting Universal, or if you just miss it, because you were watching this yesterday.
I was.
You were missing Universal, so you watched this. Now, it didn't make the top 6 because, once again, the attraction is gone.
But still photo spots, and you have a picture that you can take with Doc Brown.
Yeah, so Back to the Future is a must-watch before visiting Universal. You've got the DeLorean there. You've got the time train, exactly, and Doc Brown does wander around interacting with the guests.
Yep.
So it'd be a good idea to check out that movie, Back to the Future, the whole trilogy, really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I watched all 3.
The first one was in 1985, directed by Robert Zemeckis. I think all 3 were.
Yeah, well, and then didn't Steven Spielberg also do that one too?
He didn't direct it.
He didn't.
He did not direct it.
Oh.
I did my research. She's just a guest. Okay, so moving on, what's the next movie? Look at the list.
The next on the list would be Men in Black.
Men in Black. Now, this is one, because we made 2 different lists. I did a top 6, you did a top 6.
Yes.
4 of the 6 were the same. Those were the easy ones.
Right.
And then, this is how I did it. I took off the 2 that I had different. So,
Okay.
it is your top 6, really.
Oh, okay, pressure.
But none of the order was the same. We
totally,
1 through 6,
like,
nothing matched up.
Nah,
so
we disagreed on that.
I gave you the 6, but I was in charge of the order.
Okay.
So,
Compromise.
So Men in Black is a movie you should watch before visiting Universal. The attraction is still there.
Yes.
It would have been on my top 6, but now I had to make it an honorable mention for Nikki's sake. It's a fun movie and a fun ride.
It is.
This is one where I say the original movie is better.
Yeah, not the remake.
Yeah, 1997, starring Will Smith. He was in the sequel.
Yeah.
And then they had some other ones. Most recently, Men in Black International with Thor.
Yeah.
What's his real name? Hemsley?
Was it Liam?
I don't know, whichever one.
One of the brothers.
Thor was in it with Valkyrie.
Yes, exactly.
It was a Marvel reunion with Men in Black International.
Wearing suits.
So yeah, don't check it. I'm not recommending the Men in Black International. But I tell you what I will do. I'll leave links to all these movies that you can rent on Amazon Prime. And while I'm at it, I might as well leave links for the Blu-ray or the DVD.
Sounds good.
So you can check out all these movies before you go to Universal. Or if for some odd reason they just shut down Universal, if they would ever to do that and you're missing Universal, I can't see that happening. Why would they shut it down? I don't know. Go check out these movies to get your fix of Universal.
Yep. Plus, it's something fun to do while you're stuck at home.
True. Moving on to the next honorable mention. This was on my top 6. Because of you, I bumped it out.
Well, yeah, sorry.
So we're talking about the Simpsons movie.
Yes.
2007.
That one.
Yeah. Now, I had it in my top 6 because there's a whole land devoted to the Simpsons.
That's true. It's not just a ride, it's a full land.
Exactly. Yeah, all of
I see your
Springfield.
point. Yeah.
So that was kind of how I was doing it, was ride versus an attraction versus a land. Obviously a land is more elaborate than just one little one-off ride.
Right. Well, the reason why I didn't pick it is because I was thinking more of like the TV show than I was the movie.
No.
So that's why I figure it was the the longevity of the TV show, but I didn't think that like the movie.
Well, I did call this the top 6 movies. So.
Yes,
but there's
see, that's
plenty
why.
of episodes.
That was my thinking.
There's plenty of episodes of The Simpsons to watch. But I was saying, go check out the movie before you come visit Universal. And then next up, here's a big movie and a big attraction at Universal, but yet not on the top 6. Despicable Me.
That, yeah, I would agree.
The first one was in 2010, and they've had how many sequels since? It's been 2 or 3 or 4. I think at least 3. They might be coming up with 4.
Right. Yeah,
So.
I mean, but they're super entertaining. Great
Now-
for kids. I love it.
It didn't make the top 6, but you should see it. I rate the attraction low. So basically, if you had, let's see if I can do this right. If you could rate the attraction on the horizontal scale, and then you rate the movie on the vertical scale, and then you come up with the total greatness of the movie based on the volume that is created by that.
Okay.
If you want a real explanation of that, go check out Dead Poet Society. He kind of explains that. Robin Williams.
Yes.
That one scene where
Yeah, he explains it better than you.
They're ripping it out.
Yes, they're ripping out the
page
paper, exactly, from the book.
Not related to Universal, but go check out Dead Poet Society. Great movie.
It is.
But
Anyway, you digress.
I digress. Go watch Despicable Me before you come to Universal. I'm not crazy about the attraction.
I like the attraction. It's cute, but I miss the 3D aspect.
Yeah.
When they went down to 2D, it kind of took it down a little bit for us.
The attraction was up here with 3D. Away from 3D, it went down a little. So, not a top 6, but you should check it out anyway.
Yeah.
Next up, another one you should watch, and I think they should watch The Bourne Identity, 2002, with Matt Damon. They did a bunch of these. There's a lot of movies in the series, but I'm just referring to the first one.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, the first one was, to me, the best one.
Yeah.
I like that one the most.
Unless I say so in this discussion, I'm really referring to the first movie of a series.
Okay.
Unless it's something like Back to the Future where I say, oh, the whole series is great, check it out. All of it. But Bourne Identity, because they will be opening the Bourne Stuntacular.
Right.
And how long is it? 2002. So it's been like 18 years since the first movie.
Wow.
And, how relevant is Bourne Identity to a lot of the people, like especially younger people coming to the parks? Even though, the latest movie was just a couple years ago.
That's true.
It wasn't a big hit as like when it first came out.
Right, but it's one of those classic action movies, so I can see how it would relate to the Stuntacular. It was a great high energy movie.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Well, if people are showing up to the park and they have no idea about Jason Bourne and the Bourne Identity, it would be a good idea for them to check out that movie. Maybe
I agree.
They could connect to that attraction, that Stuntacular, a little more after they see the movie.
Yeah, absolutely, totally makes sense.
Okay, here's one. Like I said, on that scale where we're rating, on the horizontal was what the movie and the attraction is the vertical.
Right.
Or vice versa. I can't remember what I said. Shrek. You should watch Shrek before visiting Universal. The first movie.
Yes.
Awesome. 2001. That is a classic movie right there.
Yeah, it's adorable. Absolutely. The character development, all of it, even the technology at the time was really, advanced.
Yeah.
So it was,
I think that's DreamWorks.
Yeah, exactly. for the time. But when you rate it next to the attraction, which needs a little bit more love, and right now...
Well, that's where I was going to go with that, was love the movie. So you definitely check out the movie. Personally, I'm not a fan of the attraction. Sorry to say it. I love the team members. Anytime I say something bad about an attraction, I feel bad for the team members that work at that attraction.
Right.
Because I
it's
love
not their fault.
I love the team members. The attraction's older. It needs some TLC or to be, completely gone. Just redo it. Bring in another theme, I think. First time riders are goers into this attraction. They really seem to like it.
Yeah, they enjoy it. I mean, like the crowd has like a good vibe, and the movement of the seats and stuff.
Yeah. And
the squirt of the water and the smells. So I mean, all of it. It's entertaining. I would say it's not. I wouldn't skip it. I would want to, especially if I've never done it before.
It's fun for first timers.
Yeah.
People who've been on it more than a couple times.
Yeah, pass holders.
It's not as fun, and I've been on it a lot, so. For that reason, I'm rating the attraction pretty low, so I can't put that movie on the top 6 to see. But you should see it as an honorable mention. But wait till you see the top 6. It's really good, guys. Wait till we get there. You'll understand why they're top 6, and these are not top 6. One last honorable mention is from 1980.
Woo.
That's a ways back.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, I did just watch this recently.
Did you?
For the first time.
Really?
I've never seen it before.
I never knew that about you.
The original Blues Brothers from 1980.
Yeah.
With Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Here's the thing. Now you should see this because, I didn't know like Carrie Fisher's in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Princess Leia was in it. I had no idea. But you should check out the movie. The performances from the Blues Brothers that you'll see in the park matches what's in the movie.
Oh, totally.
Same songs.
Exactly. Down to the white socks and the black shoes. I mean, come on. And the car and everything. It's great.
Yeah, so
it's
for that reason, the songs that are performed in the park and the songs that are performed in the movie, you really should see it. Why haven't I seen it in what is 2020? Is that 40 years? Has it been like available for 40 years and I've never seen it?
Wow.
Here's the reason why. And I might get some crap on this in the comments.
I might give you some too. What's going on?
You don't know this.
No.
I have never been a fan of Belushi.
What? Are you serious?
I never thought he was funny.
No way.
I know he got like famous on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I wasn't crazy about. I liked Dan Aykroyd.
You didn't like Animal House?
Wow. He was well loved on SNL.
Yeah.
And the Blues Brothers and Animal House. I don't know what else though.
Right.
Name another good Belushi movie.
Oh, well, now you put me on the spot.
Yeah. So
I can't think off the top of my head.
I have never been a fan.
Really?
And his movies, I don't know, his humor never did connect with me that much. So I'm not a fan of Belushi. I'm going to get beat up in the comments, but that's why I haven't seen the movie.
That's
till
crazy.
recently.
Okay, well, you have a right to your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay.
But you should watch it just for that music,
Yes, definitely.
Because it really is a connection between the movie and the park with the performance.
Agreed.
Now, moving on to the meat and potatoes of Rick's top 6, or maybe we should call this Nick's top 6.
Well,
you put everything on the list. I made the order.
And I disagree with your order. Now that I see it, I'm like...
Yeah, this is the first time you're becoming aware of the order.
Yeah,
Number 6, the number 6 movie you should watch before visiting Universal, or if you miss it, is King Kong.
Yes.
And I'm referring to, 2005 Peter Jackson version?
Yeah, that one.
You got King Kong from way, way back in the day. The 30s, I think?
Yeah.
The original. Mm-hmm. Then you have the 1976 King Kong and this Peter Jackson one. And they recently did Kong Skull Island.
Right.
Which is funny, the attraction is Skull Island Kong, right?
But it's the Peter Jackson
But it's not related. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The attraction is related more to the Peter Jackson version.
Yeah.
With Naomi Watts.
Yes.
Versus Skull, which has Skull Island, which is Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson. But the Kong you see on the ride is the Kong from the 2005 Peter Jackson King Kong.
Right.
And I do like that movie.
And I like the ride. I like both the movie and the ride.
Yeah, they
So,
connect really well.
They do.
Mainly because the Kong matches in both.
Yes.
The Kong from Skull Island, the movie with Samuel L. Jackson, is not close to what King Kong in the Peter Jackson looks like. He's like way taller.
Ah.
But I love the movie. I watched this movie a lot.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of those movies that you can put on repeat and like you don't even have to be watching it, but just listening to it.
Yeah.
And you can see the images in your head. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We've seen it so many times and we like it so much that it's just one of those like homey go-tos. You know?
Well, I think what
Does that make sense?
Peter Jackson did was he made it really close to the original. Whereas the 1976 Kong was kind of more of an update version for that time.
Right.
You know, and the Skull Island Kong, the newest one, is part of their monster universe, so it's like way different.
Gotcha.
The Peter Jackson one is more true to the original, and I really enjoy it.
Me
so
too.
go check it out.
I like the story.
So that's on the list because of you. I have it as an honorable mention, and you. I think I had The Simpsons, and you had King Kong. And
people are gonna kill me for that.
My reasoning was with The Simpsons, you have all of Springfield, you have a land versus Kong is just a ride. But we digress. We talked about that already. Moving on to number 5 on the list, top 6 movies you should see before visiting Universal. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Okay, so we need to preface why we chose that particular one.
Why did we? I mean, you chose it.
Well, because of Gringotts, right? It showed the Escape from Gringotts ride matches up to what happened in...
When they visit the vaults.
Yes, and they're trying to steal the Horcrux from Bellatrix Lestrange's vault and things like that. So I felt like if you were to see any one of the Harry Potter movies...
Though we do recommend all of
them. Exactly. Watch that one in particular because that one mostly relates to that particular ride.
And it's kind of the time frame of Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley.
Yes.
So if you're on the rides, either Escape from Gringotts or The Forbidden Journey, the age of Harry in those scenes closely matches the Deathly Hallows. Whereas, it's not like he's 11 from the very first movie.
Right, okay, yes.
That's not the time frame of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Universal.
Exactly. Okay, I get your point.
So check them all out, but we're saying the Deathly Hallows, but you might as well watch them all. You got all this free time.
Exactly.
Coming in at number 4 on today's list, Transformers from 2007.
You ranked this one higher than me.
I did because I like the ride a lot.
Yeah, the ride matches up with the Transformers, the first one, right? The 2007.
Well, that's the better of the movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, why is it always the first one? Always seems like it's the best.
Always.
Well, I don't know. Back to the Future, the second one was good too. Anyway.
Oh no, Back to the Future. I said the whole trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't say that one's better than the other 3. Because I like all 3.
But I put Transformers that high because, again, referring to my scale of the attraction on the horizontal. Oh wait, no. The movie on the horizontal, attraction on the vertical. It has a wide area. Has a large area of likeness, of greatness. I can measure the greatness that way.
Yeah, I mean, the technology in the ride is fantastic. The ride is super enjoyable. People are always, raving when they get off of that ride. And the movie's really entertaining,
Now there's, I think, been, my notes say, like 7 of these?
Yeah.
I'm only recommending the first one. And maybe the second, well, not really the second one. Just the first one. Go check out the first one.
Well, I like Mark Wahlberg. Any Mark Wahlberg movie that comes out, I have to see it. So there was that version of Transformers where Mark Wahlberg was in it. And he's on my laminated list.
Well, let me say this. Megan Fox is in the first 2, so therefore they are better than the later ones. So counteract
she is beautiful,
Wahlberg
so fine.
movie or point, I'll have my Megan Fox point.
I can agree she's beautiful. That's true.
So I think comparing the movie and the ride, they're both great.
Yes.
So therefore you must see the movie before you get on the ride.
Right.
Okay, now we've made it to the top half of the list. Coming in at number 3, you really should see this movie. Again, using my scale of, I should do a graph. I probably won't. I'm too lazy. But the movie is great. The first movie
with Brendan Fraser
is great. I haven't even said the movie yet.
Oh, I gave it away.
The Mummy.
I ranked this one higher, by the way. This should not be number 3.
She had it at number 1.
I did.
Well, you really love the movie and you really love the ride.
Yes. Exactly. I think it's probably my favorite ride over on the studio side, and it's my favorite movie. Or of all of these, I watch all of these movies.
Yeah.
So I can't say that, but I do love it a lot. So I ranked it higher.
You know what? You have a point. It could be number one. Then the degree of separation between 3 and number 1, it's like this. It's like this. The movie's great. The first movie. Now I'm not recommending the other, especially. Oh God, we are not talking about the Tom Cruise movie. We always have to make this point when we talk about The Mummy, because Tom Cruise came out with the Mummy movie. No, Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
What year?
The original.
1999. 1999 for this movie.
Yes.
Super fun ride. Our favorite on the studio side.
It's your favorite too?
Yeah.
Oh.
At IOA I really like Hagrid's and the Hulk, but on studio side that is my favorite ride.
No, I'd agree.
And the movie is a lot of fun.
It is.
So check out the Mummy 1999 version, okay?
Yes.
Don't mess up and get that Tom Cruise one.
And the soundtrack is awesome. I love the soundtrack. And the ride is so quotable. I just love it. It should be.
Okay, you think it should be number 1? Well, let's talk about number 2 right now and see if it should even be above number 2.
Okay.
Coming in at number 2 on today's list of movies you should see before visiting Universal, E.T. 1982, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about your disagreements in a minute, but this is the second time we've mentioned Steven.
Yes. Yes.
It won't be the last. Hint, hint, what's to come for number 1. But this is your classic 80s movie.
It is.
For all you young people out there that are fans of Stranger Things, you really like Stranger Things, you like the look and feel of that Netflix series, who are you going to thank? Steven Spielberg and E.T. That's
a good point. Ooh, you got me on that one.
So
that's a good point.
if you're younger and you haven't seen E.T., but you're fans of Stranger Things, go check out the E.T. movie from 1982? 1982.
Yep. It's definitely a classic.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it ranks really high on the movie scale. The attraction is it's very family friendly.
Yeah.
You got E.T. in it. You got all the great music. Now, you don't think it should be this high because of... Tell us how you feel about the ride itself.
Okay, so the ride itself needs, again, a little TLC. It looks a little, lack of a better word, dusty. So I need to go and dust it. So it needs a little bit of a paint job. And the thing is it doesn't follow the storyline. The first maybe, of the movie. It might maybe the first half. So it extends past the movie storyline. So, I mean, it is kind of a neat attraction in that way.
The story of the attraction is more of an original storyline versus a retelling of E.T. That's why you would rank it a little lower.
Yes, that's the only reason why. So, yeah, the attraction needs a little bit of TLC, and it extends past the movie's storyline.
Okay.
So.
All fair points. I don't begrudge you for that point of view.
Okay, well, thank you. Please be nice in the comments.
Yeah. Now, moving on to number 1. The number 1 movie you should watch before visiting Universal from 1993, directed by Steven Spielberg. Again, good old Steven.
Yes.
Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Great. And this is one where it's not just an attraction, not just a ride, it's an entire land.
That's true.
And a great movie.
And it's getting bigger.
Yeah, we have a new attraction coming in.
There's even more stuff coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sequels, I mean, some of them are good and some of them are not so good. I do like Jurassic World,
Yeah.
I like the...
Well, let's talk about the sequels for a minute.
Okay.
Obviously, I am referring to the original 1993 movie as being the best.
Yeah, I mean...
Watch that one, then come to the parks.
Right.
Number 2, I think that's the one where they end up in San Diego with a dinosaur. Not my favorite.
Right.
I do like 3 better.
Yes, I like 3 better than 2.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. I would agree.
And then we move on to the Jurassic World franchise.
Yes.
Again, I think the first one is better than the second one.
Right, but again, they're building the story for the story arc. So
really check out Jurassic Park, the original from 1993, and then check out probably the first Jurassic World. Because I think this land is becoming more of a hybrid of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Yeah.
The River Adventure, 100% Jurassic Park. And the color scheme and everything.
Yeah.
But with the dino or the raptor encounter, that's blue.
Yes.
The raptor blue from the new series.
Yes.
And the new coaster they're building is going to be, I think, a Velocicoaster, more related to Jurassic World than Jurassic Park.
Right.
So I think here in Orlando, we're going to keep that mixture of park and world.
I like it. Because, I mean, I like the nostalgia of having the ride be that way. I mean, I have seen footage of the one in California where they changed it to Jurassic World, and it looked phenomenal. But I do like the classic version.
Yes.
So, and then also along the same storyline, with Jurassic Park, it matches up. And the music is fantastic in that movie as well. So the musical score is great.
So there you go, guys. That's the #1 movie to watch, Jurassic Park 1993, the original movie, directed by good old Steven Spielberg. Go watch the movie and visit the entire land of Jurassic Park. So there you go, guys. Rick's top 6 movies you should watch before visiting Universal. And if you add in the honorable mentions, we're like Rick's top 14 movies to watch. You got a lot. Well, then you add in all the sequels and the trilogies. Well, we're like over 20 movies you got to watch before visiting Universal.
You got weeks of entertainment right there.
So, as always, guys,
Don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun.
thanks for watching Rick's Flicks. And now, it's time to relax.